Alright, so let's see, April 7th, 10 days since surgery on my laminectomy, L4, L5. I'm doing really well. I'm able to move around still, no pain. Maybe one pain pill a day, if even that. I've been able to do a lot more physical activity, ride in the car longer, drive the car, which I'm not sure you're not really supposed to, but, you know, sometimes you have to drive when you have to, but other than that, I go for my follow-up next Wednesday, so everything's going good. Incision healed nicely, no problems there. If I was, you know, sitting there waiting and dreading to going through this again, that's the part that I didn't like, you know, the thoughts and the thinking about it and worrying about it. Because actually, all in all, the procedure wasn't so bad. The pain that you think about and all that afterwards is not anywhere near the pain you're going through beforehand, the sciatic and all that. And jump to 13 years ago when I had to have surgery. I went for almost a year of not being able to feel my legs, both legs. They were both numb. When I'd walk, it felt like you're walking like on air, like you're going to fall in the floor, and you couldn't be able to, you know, get your feeling in those. And that all ended up happening from an injury where I fell through some stairs and hurt my back. And I had to have surgery, the same one, same area. And I remember, you know, coming up, waking up after surgery with that one. I was just all ecstatic and jumped up. The nurses come running over in surgery recovery, like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Are you in pain? I was like, no, I was so happy and crying. I could feel my legs. First time, you know, in a year that I'd been able to feel my legs. And, you know, to them it probably seemed like something so small, but to me it was something huge. And, you know, this time around when I went in for surgery, I was so scared, so worried. You know, I talked to the surgeon again, you know, and I told him that morning, I said, man, I'm really worried that you're going to cut the dura, you know, a spinal fluid leak or something like that. Or, you know, because you said the second surgery, you know, there's a higher risk for stuff like that. And he's like, why are you worried about simple things like that? He said, that's a headache. It can cause a headache. He said, many other things go wrong. He goes, you've been through this before. You're going to be just fine. I don't know what it was, but something about just trusting him. You know, my surgeon was not just like a surgeon you'd meet, somebody doing a job. He's like your friend. You know, shout out to, you know, Dr. Sami through, you know, Mercy. He was just awesome. I would have not hesitated to have him do another surgery if I ever had to, but hopefully I don't. But, you know, if you're thinking, you know, what are the odds, you know, I mean, like I said, my other surgeon that did my first surgery, he wanted to do a spinal fusion and do the anterior, go from the front of my stomach to the back. And do a fusion, put the, you know, the cage in there and all that stuff this time around. And I was like, man, I just wasn't prepared for that. Because that's like, to me, everyone I've ever heard is that's the end of the road. There's no chance for like future improvements if something comes out, say 5 years down the road from now, that, you know, they could fix it and do things that you couldn't have done if you had a fusion done. And Dr. Sami said, oh, no, there's plenty of disc to do another, you know, laminectomy, discectomy. I was so happy I did. And, you know, any of you out there dreading it, put your mind at ease, just sit and really weigh out the pros and cons. You know, I mean, I was at the point I scared myself so bad worrying about it, watching videos on YouTube or whatever of the surgery procedure and stuff like that, that I was like, man, maybe I can just live with this pain, you know, maybe I can just do the pain pills. And nah, I couldn't do nothing hardly with it, even with the pain pills. You know, you'd get fatigued real easy, real tired, hurt really bad, wake up in the middle of the night after 45 minutes of sleep, if you're lucky to get that, you know, screaming in pain. And, you know, I tried to force myself to go for the walk. If you look at some of my earlier videos, there's one where I was, before surgery, going to the park walking. That was on a good day, and I still walked horribly like that, but I walked worse than that on most days. I always had to walk with my cane, which I haven't had to do since the surgery. I'm able to go for walks. I feel active. I feel like I've got energy. I apologize if this video is a little bit dark. It's just the camera on the tablet or the phone's either one. I'll work on trying to figure the lighting out. But any questions, you know, or comments you leave down below, I'll try to respond. Please, please, please like and subscribe to this video. the more likes and subscribes I get to this, I'll be able to share more with you about the back surgery. Any things you want to know about that, we're going to be getting into, other things. I'm constructing a concession trailer right now. Something I'm into is the fairs, and doing stuff like that. I wanted my life back. That's why I chose to have the surgery. I got my life back. I'm able to do my job. There's things that I wasn't going to be able to do that I could do before, and I'm looking forward to being able to do those things. Spend time with the family, be able to lose some weight. Lose weight is the main key factor. I'm probably about 60, 70 pounds overweight. That's what I want to lose. And a lot of walking, a lot of encouraging thoughts is going to help that. I really think that all of us should look into, our diets, when it comes to our back problems, maybe going and seeing a good physical therapist once in a while, and then, finding out some good back exercises we can do. You can look up the McKinsey exercises online. Those are really, really, really helpful. They did help me even when I was going through this before surgery, having some of the pain. Another thing I can say is if you're getting ready to have back procedure done, the surgery, have the time to take exercises. If you live by yourself, or if your spouse or family, other members, friends, whatever is going to help you, practice your log roll ahead of time, getting in and out of bed, so you're going to be prepared to what it's going to be like. But I can tell you right now, it's still going to be a lot worse than what you think when you're the first few times, but once you get it down, it's going to become natural. I mean, I didn't use it the whole procedure. I was able to figure out other ways, and, it helps. Be sure, you've got everything within, I'd say your, mid-chest, mid-stomach, reach that way after surgery. When you come home, like your refrigerator, anything you're going to snack on, eat, or drink that you're going to have to get on your own without anybody being there to help you, like throughout the day or at night, whenever somebody's at work or whatever, and you're by yourself, where you can grab it. Do not bend, lift, twist your BLTs. Anything they tell you not to do, don't do it. Really talk to them, about your incision care, stuff like that. It's, the first go around before I had the first surgery, I tried the epidural injections. They didn't really help me at all. I've heard they have helped some, and some's been able to take those and go through physical therapy, and then some through chiropractic, and be able to get better, I guess, and make it, but this wasn't an option for me. And, I haven't seen a lot of videos out there where people really tell you, what if you try this, what if you try it? Me, I was running out of options. I tried anything and everything I could. One thing I do not like taking pain pills. I don't like taking pain medicine. I don't like taking medicine, period. But, this time I had no choice. One night, I dealt with this for about 3 or 4 months without any kind of pain medication. It got so bad, I went to our local emergency room, and they said, hey, we'll give you something, we'll give you a shot to keep from getting sick from the pain shot we're going to give you. Gave me a shot of, Dilaudid. That put all the pain away. It really made me just so relaxed. I thought, man, if surgery could only make me feel this great, that feeling of just like not caring. I was able to walk normal, not feeling pain, just for that whole night, and I was able to sleep. Well, I can tell you what, right after surgery, that's what it felt like, and that's what I feel like now. Don't waste time, dwelling over it. I will tell you this much: if you need someone to talk your way through this, don't just think I'm somebody making a video, to have a video out there for information. Leave your info. Send me a private message, I'll talk to you before this. I'll talk to you after your procedure. I'll talk to you all the way through it. We can video chat. We can, email. We can even exchange phone numbers. I want to be a person that can help others get through it. It's really been hard. It was really difficult knowing that you feel like you're all by yourself on this. If you're not, there's a lot of us out there, and for those of you watching that, think, well, this is it for me. I've heard that back surgery, once you have it, it's the end of the road. It has its pros and cons. Pros are going to get rid of the pain. Some of the cons that I've come across throughout the years after my first surgery was, maybe the cold would affect it some days, or some days I would just be sore, You find out there's things you can't do. You don't want to push it and do so much lifting and, all this extra stuff that you can't do and you're not supposed to do because you're going to re-injure yourself or hurt yourself. It is not worth it. No amount of money in the world, no job in the world is worth it. Find a job that you can do. Yeah, they may pay a lot less. You may have to work at a job that you never thought about before. Look into some comfortable shoes, some comfortable insoles. I'm going to be looking into wearing a back brace from now on. I'm going to wear one, like you wear at work or whatever, just to keep from, bending and stuff like that the wrong way. I'm going to wear it for every normal day practices too, at home and stuff. I'm going to work on getting my quad area and back rebuilt to where I'll be able to, have muscles and toning and help myself feel better. I would just keep everything you think you're going to need, comfort-wise, after your surgery. Be sure you have it ahead of time at home. And be sure and ask not one question, but 50 questions, a million questions for the doctors, nurses, staff before surgery, after surgery while you're in the hospital. And be sure you got a phone number to get a hold of the hospital staff that took care of you while you're in there and the doctor's office. That way you can feel like you can call any of them, anytime you feel like something just may feel wrong or not right, or, be sure you keep an eye on all that. With the first surgery, I had a urinary tract infection from the, catheter. This time I was lucky and didn't have to have one. So, just little simple things like that, that can spike a fever or whatever. The first time going around, I thought, oh no, I had in my back, I must have a infection or something. I got a fever, and it ended up urinary tract infections, all it was. Yes, they're severe, and yes, they can be, bad, but it was able to be treated, and it wasn't something that involving the incision care, not like that. So that was a plus. I drank a lot of cranberry juice, so, and I drank a lot before surgery. I drank a lot after surgery, so it kind of helps too. Find out, what you can and cannot take, with or without, the medications. And, it doesn't matter if you're, 1-year-old or 100-year-old. Having this procedure, I believe, and I think myself, will help anyone. To what ability? That's just up on each individual's body. That's not everybody's outcome's going to be the same. A lot of people are going to, comment negative and say, well, I've had this done or I've had that done and it didn't help me and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't help everybody, but also you got to stop and think, did you push yourself too hard? Did you do something differently you weren't supposed to do? Or maybe it's just genetic, or maybe, you needed a second opinion. I had, 2 opinions. The surgeon I really trusted the first time did it really well. I ended up backing out from him and going to a totally different surgeon this time. And the surgeon that did my surgery this time was the first one I seen this time. And then I seen my old surgeon. I thought, okay, now I'm going back to the other surgeon. And I went with a different one, like I said, this time. So, just goes to show you never know when something's going to change. Be sure and spread the word. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to get a better camera control. And I can start going and walking every day. We can, be able to connect and talk that way. And maybe we can, put some more of your thoughts together, Put a little video if you need to. Put a little clip up there on the comments and the YouTube. Let me know, what you're going through. Write it down, story-wise for me. Send me a private message. I will talk to you any way I can. I will try to help. Like I said, I know it's scary. All I can say is, keep your faith in God. God's the man, and He's the one that knows. And I know He was the guiding factor. His hands, the doctor's hands, were guided by God's hands. And, we just got to keep our faith. Alright, well, till next time. Remember, this is 10 days out after surgery, and I'm getting around just as normal as I could. I'll try to get a picture or a little clip of the video of my incision maybe tomorrow. I'll show you in tomorrow's video. I'll start doing some videos during the day, that way maybe it won't be so dark, and maybe I can do some outside videos too. But like I said, please like, share, subscribe, share it, get others that might be going through the same issue, you know, with sciatic pain. Here's another tip, forgot to add in there, sorry. I'm trying to end this, but sciatic pain, ice packs. Okay, a lot of people will go out and buy a big clumpy, you know, like them igloo ones that go in your lunchbox or whatever, cooler. Those are kind of, you know, okay, but they, hard plastic, kind of hurt, whatever. A lot of people will get ice, and, you know, then it melts. They don't know what they want to go with. I found the most helpful, cheapest way, get a bag of frozen corn, frozen broccoli, different things like that. Put it inside of a plastic bag, you know, a grocery store bag. Tie it up, put it on wherever the sciatic's bothering you, the low back. It helps. It helps give you relief like none other. TENS units work wonderful. You know, I can help give you thoughts on those too if you send a message or whatever. But and if you can't afford one out of pocket, just remember your insurance can cover those if your doctor, you know, sends in the right amount of paperwork to your insurance, and even if it's state insurance or whatever may have you, they can get it to where it is covered for you. Well, that's it for tonight. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.